Okay, y'all, I'm back. You ready? I'm going to get going with this again. We're still in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. You know I love this book. All right, remember I was talking about the Colors of the World Crayola set? And in the last video I talked how when you go down into the basement or up into the attic, you take a step at a time and you don't jump straight from one color to another that's like 2 or 3 times darker. So here's a good example in my swatches. These are the golden shades that are in that new pencil set. Now, this is the almonds that are in there. Fan these out so you can see step at a time. And I may have a couple of these in here backwards, I'm not sure. But you can see just a step at a time, and the colors fan out there really nicely. Okay, but then if you come to the ones that are in the pinks, the rose, this is what I want to show you. If my hands will cooperate. Look how it jumps. It's going along nicely here, and then suddenly they jump to these, and they're still called rose. They're a different shade, different name, but those are supposed to all be going up the stairs, and you can see right there, if you were attic to basement or whatever, that's not a good transference over. So we're going to see if I can get that to work, or if we're actually going to have to get into some other pencils. So I'm back on her face again. The colors I pulled were light medium rose, then medium deep rose, and then the lightest of those dark ones, deep rose. Okay? So I've got these. So I'm going to start with the lightest ones, and I'm going to do her lips. I'm doing almost the whole thing. I think that's as far as it will let me blow up. That's the lightest shade. Then I'm going to come with the next shade. Make sure I did that right. Yeah, medium deep is next. So next is this one. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Anyway, sorry about that. So you can see on the lips here, we really want to keep that part and that part at its lightest, just because it will make it look more raised. And again, the drawing, you're not always sure where the lines are supposed to be on some of these because they're sketches. So now I'm going to come in with my darkest, and I'm going to see how well this plays with the others. I'm going to have to be careful. I don't want her to end up with black lips. But I am wanting to come in here and make their black lines into more of a rosy color. Okay? So that's what we end up with. You could come in with just 2 different pinks or a pink and a red. I just didn't want to go red because I'm thinking lipstick and all that stuff. More mature lips than a child's lips. The fingernails, I'm going to ditch the dark color and use just the 2 light ones. So I'm going to be in the light medium rose and medium deep rose. Now the thing too, if you look at the leads, it looks like this one's lighter, but then on the barrel, this one's lighter. So I actually go by the names, and it's medium deep, and light medium. So this one would actually be lighter. So I think. So we're going to go in here and get these fingernails done. We don't want really dark fingernails, but we do want some color there. All right. And then I'm going to come in with the next shade and do maybe just those ends a little bit. Actually, I'll go across the middle because the ends would be a little bit white. And then at this end, you've got that little arched piece that we have. So they're not going to show that much. So really, what you decide to do is up to you. This right now is blown up on the camera larger than what I'm actually coloring. And really, you could just do this and then stop. You could just put that pink in there. And that may be what I end up doing for the fingernails and the rest of the book, because the pages are actually smaller. But anyway, that's really it. Oh my gosh, that wasn't long enough. Let's look and see. She's got blue eyes. So let's come back over here and let's pick a blue. I'm thinking some sort of a periwinkle blue. So I'm going to go to my swatches. These are all the Crayolas, and I don't have the biggest set. I've been informed there's something bigger than the 100. I'm thinking these two blues. So light blue and regular blue. I come to my book and see if I can locate those easily. They're not in order in my book anymore. I have gotten to where I actually put them in by what I use them with. So let's say I use blue and light blue together a lot, then those are actually going to be in here together. So there's turquoise, nope, blue bolt, unless I have them pulled from something else, which could be. And I would try to pause you, but inevitably I would end up turning you off instead, which is not what we want to do. So I'm going to let you just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. While I step back there and get the colors, because they were back there. It's what I used on the bluebirds on a previous video. So here's the light blue. Now I'm doing the bottom of the eye in the light blue. Do you know why? And the top in the dark blue. Because when you look, now in browns, it doesn't matter quite so much, but that eyelid, whoops, I'm so sorry. So I did the bottom in the light blue, and then the top in regular blue. The reason for that is that as that eyelid is closing or drooping, that lid will leave a cast. Now you can see I haven't even done all my skin tones yet, because actually this video is being made just a few hours after I did the skin tones video. I just haven't gotten back to it. I try to do a couple at a time. So I'm going to come back in again. This is a really good picture of the eye, except it's already dark. So I'm going to do the bottom in the lighter shade. Okay. And then I'm going to do the top in the darker shade. And again, that's because that eyelid right here is putting a shadow down, and I'm going to go ahead and go over that white because you would still see that color behind that sparkle. Now, with that being so dark, I want to lighten it. I want to lighten it just a touch. So yes, I stepped away again. I might as well bring my whole coloring rack over here when I color. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to use white, and I'm going to go over the bottom just to see if I can't lighten that a little bit. It might have lightened it a little, but not a whole lot. And again, they just did so much dark on there, but it is lighter than what it was when they did all the dark. Let's go back to the other page. So on this one then, I'm going to come in and do that bottom white. And see that this one's not quite as dark, so that did lighten that up some. Let's see if there's any other pictures where her eyes are maybe not so dark. And I'm not sure there is. But we'll take a minute to look and see. Okay, see now, like in this one, even though she's looking up, I would still do this bottom bit of her eye in the lighter of the two. In fact, because she's looking up, I might not even add that top piece. I would just leave them blue like that. Eyes can be a funny thing, but you know, you tackle them just like anything else. Just straight on. Just do it. You can do it. I am just looking through to see if there's eyes anywhere else. There's her eyes. Now remember, these are the whites. Now, if she was a baby, I would do these in the faintest, lightest blue I could find. In fact, I would do it in white first and then blue over the top. A baby's eyes are not white until they're older. Okay, when a baby is first born, that is a light, light, light blue. It is not white. So if you've got a baby around anywhere, or go by the church nursery or whatever and look and see. I did the wrong blue. You know what? Somehow I've gotten off track. Okay, so learning lesson here. Let's erase. Let's get that black out of the way. And let's get this light blue in here with the regular blue on top. Oh my goodness, so much better. Now I have to go find the others and see what I used. Because now I'm wondering what colors I really used on all these. So, and I could go back and watch the video, but doesn't help us right now. Yeah, this is so much better. That's a lighter blue, and then the dark blue on top. Okay, and then we have that page where her face is big towards the back of the book. Let's see, where is that? There we go. And I think I had those colors right, but just in case, I'm going to erase the bottom on both sides and put the light blue in here. Yeah, I might have done this one right. Anyway, yeah, you got to make sure and keep your pencils all separate from each other. Okay, so that's really it. You want to see lips one more time since we've got the time? I'm going to go with the light medium rose first, and then we'll do the deep rose, and then we'll use that dark color. Her lips are just really shaped a whole lot easier for us here, so it's going to be easier to actually do this and show you. So there's that. And then my darker shade, or my medium shade, because remember I do have a darker shade over here. There we go. Getting the shape in there good. Trying to keep the pencil out of the way so you can see. So all this is darker, where they've got the lines, the pencil lines. And then last would be my deep rose. And I'm going to come through here with the deep rose. It's got a little bit of rose undertone with like a lot of brown. But I think that's going to be okay. And then I'm going to come back in with my lightest pink, the lightest rose, and I'm going to go over everything. Now, you know what I've not been doing? I've not been moving my plastic back underneath. So let's see what happened. Oh, okay, it was the last page. But you see how it did pick up the coloring? Right there where I just did the lips, it picked up the coloring from the other page. So, got to be careful about that. But anyway, that's it. So, again, Amazon. You might be able to do Barnes & Noble. I'm not sure. I picked up one of these books, but not this one. I don't remember exactly which one it was. It might have been the Christmas or the Wizard of Oz. And I got it at Half Price Books, which was a find. But anyway, all right, that's it. I will see y'all in a few more days. Bye.